professional development and maximizing productivity. So his talk is Everybody is a Boss. So I'm a boss, you're a boss. Let's welcome this boss, Dom.
Thanks. Thank you. All right, good morning. So I hope you're all doing well. Let me ask you all a question. How many of you all are devoted to helping workers be better workers every day? Show of hands. Excellent. Stop doing that. I want to talk to you about a different approach. I want to talk to you about employees that look like this and essentially end up stressed out like this. I want to talk to you about what it's like to be an employee and you consider yourself a worker on a regular basis. When you're a worker, essentially, you don't feel like you have enough autonomy, you feel like you're underpaid, and you're stressed out. So what do we do as a dedicated employee? We jump to another company. We look for something different. We look for more money, we look for fulfillment, we look for a little bit more purpose, and at the same time, we don't find it. We find ourselves in a rut. Something like this. You're in a different company, maybe a different manager, a different job, but at the same time, you're still finding yourself unfulfilled. And because of that, you're not really finding what you want and the company's not fully getting what they need from the employee. And yet again, we jump to yet another employer. So what I'm here to talk to you about is maybe a different approach to actually looking at this. If you think about it, when employees are looking to do something, they're looking to fulfill their lives and do some meaningful work, you find yourself being a drone. This is actually me, I'm the cute one in the front. And of course I'm thinking, you can see the expression on my face, I'm thinking, how can I find a different approach? How can I find a different way? And if you have a worker's mentality, you have a limited perspective on how to even look at this particular issue differently. So of course, as an employer, if you're not meeting your metrics, you're not holding up your end of the bargain, we force you out on occasion. And when we do that, of course, that leaves you unemployed or looking for yet another job. If we're being nice, maybe we'll subject you to some training and we'll increase those abilities to follow directions. And of course, at the same time, still not finding yourself fulfilled as an employee though. You find yourself on a regular basis thinking about what you need to do to actually do something different. We don't increase critical thinking, and at the same time, we don't prepare you to be a leader. And of course, if we do that a little bit better, make sure we increase critical thinking, what it is to be a leader. This might give you some of the skills that you actually need to kind of advance in your career. As an employer, we get frustrated. What happened to that employee that we initially saw when we were trying to hire you in that interview? You had all this energy, all this passion, all these goals. What happened to that? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Essentially, that particular employer was reduced down to a worker. So we shackled you down to what it is to be just an employee that does not have the freedom and flexibility to do what you need to do. When I say worker, I mean a subservient employee who essentially does not have autonomy over what they can do. Now, does that sound like the type of employee you want to actually lead your company? Does that sound like the type of employee that you want to lead your organization during times of uncertainty and ambiguity? Moving forward, I suggest that we do something a little differently. Maybe we actually promote them instead of demoting them to a boss. Now, not the boss, you don't make them a manager or a director automatically, but a boss. And when I say a boss, that is someone who is an autonomous leader who actually has full control, or a lot more control, over their particular career path and over their brand. They look at their own job as their own business, and they take ownership, and they're a lot more forward thinking. And in doing so, you see a difference in the way they do everything. The way they communicate, the way they actually interact with other employees, and of course at the same time, you actually partner with other individuals, not only just as an employee, but as if you were your own entity. When you as the entity is doing better, overall the organization wins as well because your success is tethered to the company's success. So if you think about it, you don't have to have an S on your chest. You don't have to be a superhero necessarily, but you'll find yourself being a little bit more forward thinking, more autonomous, taking on a little bit more at the same time without even having to force that employee to because they already have an invested interest in making their business better, which is essentially their job. You kick adolescents in the stomach. Well, no, that's the wrong side. Not kick adolescents in the stomach. No, you essentially become a better employee by, again, sharpening the saw. You actually seek out professional development opportunities on your own because it's going to improve your business. And at the same time, when you're frustrated trying to find your way untangling the complicated web of the issues that's going on in your particular organization, you're more likely to critical think through the situation, work with others, and collaborate because, again, you have a vested interest in making your business better. You partner with internal and external customers on a regular basis. You're always looking to leverage those relationships, and at the same time, you always want to make sure that you're looking for that win-win scenario because, again, you're thinking of your own particular job as a business. Touch my heart. And at the same time, when you see something like this, employees essentially never get distracted about how adorable this situation was when they first started. They're always looking to get better. They're always looking for more, wanting to be the best on the block, so you make them a boss. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 2 more. No, you cannot fight your coworker, even in the parking lot.